Welcome. This is the image we're going to be sharpening today in Photoshop using the Unsharp mask. Okay, now the first thing we want to do is get to that dialog box by going to Filter, Sharpen, Unsharp Mask, and there we go. When you do any sharpening, your image should be up at 100%, and in any event, the preview window in the Unsharp Mask dialog box is always at 100%. To get around your image, you've got the hand tool by default, so you can go ahead and click in there and move around, see how you're doing. You can see pretty clearly here, when you click in the preview window, you get the before or the after. And if you want to look at your full image, you can do that also by checking this box on and off. That'll give you the after, that'll give you the before. Otherwise, just go ahead and leave that on. Okay, some tips and tricks here for getting the best out of the Unsharp Mask dialog box. One of my recommended settings for the amount is anywhere from 100 to maybe 180%. A lot of this depends on your image, so you're going to have to be taking a real close look there at what's going on. Look at the edges. Look at the edges. See, I'm getting a little bit of a halo around here. Yeah. This is an RGB image. That's the color space we're in. So we're sharpening not only the brightness values of the pixel, but we're also sharpening the color channels. So you got to be careful with that. I'm going to bring that down a little bit, right? Because I'm just getting bad results in there. The trick to doing real good sharpening is keep a real good idea on your image. And again, as I say, especially the edges, look out for halos. And also look out for color changes when you're sharpening RGB images. The amount slider is pretty straightforward. It tells you how strongly you want your sharpening to come in. The radius is going to basically control how fat do you want the edge of the sharpening to be. And as you can see, my halo is coming up much thicker as I ramp up the radius. So I usually keep the radius way down, maybe about 1 pixel or so, and then I'll go ahead and play with the amount, keeping an eye to make sure I'm not getting halos. Look at another edge detail. There's another edge detail right there along here. Be careful with that. The threshold, I always keep this on 0. The threshold is basically saying how much of a difference do you want in brightness in neighboring pixels. If you've got it on 0, then you don't want much of a difference at all to do the sharpening. If you move this all the way up to its maximum of 255, what you're saying is I want an enormous difference in brightness between neighboring pixels before I do my sharpening. So essentially, if you ramp it all the way up to 255, you're not going to get any sharpening at all. In any event, leave that guy on 0, hey? That's just about it. The Unsharp Mask is really the quick and dirty way for doing your sharpening, and that's about it. If you are going to be doing sharpening for images that you want to print out and say hang on your wall, or something where you're really concerned about the quality of the image as opposed to tiny little, snapshots for the web or something like that, I strongly recommend that you do your sharpening in the LAB color space, which is another one of our video tutorials. It's real quick, it's real easy, and at no time in sharpening in the LAB color space do you run into these problems of not only halos but also color changes, which can happen when you're doing sharpening in RGB. But for the quick and dirty, this is definitely the way to go, the Unsharp Mask. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.